Hello, my unique queens. Kiana Unique here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a dress out of this wonderful fabric. But before we get started, I would like to say if you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Let's go ahead and get started. This fabric I got from Hobby Lobby, and it is a white and olive green stripe. I know this looks kind of less olive green, but anyway, what we did here is we folded it long ways 2 times. So that means we folded it once like we did previously, and then we folded it again. Now I am going to use my skirt pattern and my shirt pattern. So if you have not seen that video and made your own pattern, do so. The links will be down in the description so you can watch those first before we do this. But as you can see, where the crease of my fabric is folded, I am laying my skirt pattern, which is folded in half, and my shirt pattern, which is also folded in half, and I'm folding the bottom where they would normally meet up. I pinned it together and we're going to cut this out. Now the top of this dress does not have the arm straps. It is going to be a halter, so I'm not going to cut that. I just simply made a mark, and then I am using my rotary cutter to cut this out. Now this fabric does not stretch, so I'm making sure that I have a seam allowance, little extra allowance there, so that way this will not be tight on me and it will be nice, fitted, flowy, comfortable. Now I am going to cut straight across for my halter top. So as you can see, I cut from the armhole down, and then I'm going to cut straight across for that halter top, making sure that I have enough fabric for my seam allowance and my strap to go on after we make that fold. Now I am taking the back portion of my dress, since it did cut both pieces, and I am going to remove that top piece because we do not need that. We're going to cut straight across there. So I'm going to cut right where the armhole starts and remove that top half, so that way we'll have a straight back on our dress. Now you want to make sure that your fabrics are right side inward, and we're going to pin them and sew right along the edges. Now we're just going to go from the armhole straight down to the end of the dress on both sides. Since my fabric does not stretch, I will have to add a zipper in here. So I have it folded in half with my front half of my dress moved out of the way so I can cut a slit in my dress for the zipper. So I have my zipper here, so I'll know how long I want it. Now if you want your zipper to be a little bit shorter and you weren't able to find one, then you can simply sew right across it to make it a little bit shorter, so that way you're able to cut your zipper. But I'm simply going to cut my zipper section open here. Now what I have is my dress. It is still inside out, and I am going to lay my zipper right in the area where the zipper is supposed to go, and I am going to do a fold and then pin the zipper on to the dress. After you do this, you want to make sure you take it to the sewing machine, and you're going to use your zipper foot and do a straight stitch down. Now if you have stretchy fabric, then most of your stitches will be a zigzag stitch except for your zipper here. Now let's move on to our next strap. With my leftover fabric, I just simply measured an inch the size of a ruler, and I just went all along the longest part of my fabric that I had left. Now I don't think you want to make this no thicker than an inch and a half wide, and use as much fabric as you possibly can so you'll have nice long straps coming from your halter top. And I'm using my rotary cutter to do that. Once I have it all cut out, I'm going to fold it in half, take it to my sewing machine, and do a straight stitch, remembering to leave an open. Now for my dress, I am now going to finish up all of my edges by making sure that I do a nice fold, double fold, and then I'm going to sew along these to finish up my edges all the way around my top half of my dress. So I'm going to go right across the front, down the armholes, and across the back to close up everything and finish that off. Once all your edges are finished off, you then want to fold the top half over wide enough to fit in your neck straps for your halter. So I folded it down about a ½ inch. If yours is a little thicker, you want to make sure that you do that, and then you're going to do a straight stitch across. And the last and final thing that we have to actually do to complete this is to give the dress a hemline. Now you're going to do the same thing that you did at the top, except for your hemlines are normally much thicker. So I folded in a 1/4 inch and then did about another 1/4 inch to a ½ inch to give it a nice hemline. I'm going to pin that and take it to the sewing machine and do a straight stitch on that as well. Now the very last step to complete this beautiful dress is to put in the neck strap, and you're going to use a safety pin on the end. I pinned it and I am simply working it through the hole that we created, or the casing that we created, and that is it. I absolutely love this summer dress. This fabric is nice, airy, and flowy, and I am going to be rocking this a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, you guys, be unique. See you next week.